Alright, today what we're going to do is show a patch panel here. Got this MG fender here where the guy wants repaired, and you can see there's a lot of lead work, and from the back side we saw there's a lot of holes back here. So safety, your glasses, gloves, always when working with sheet metal. 4-inch grinder, and pick up some of our flap discs. These things are great, both for weld prep. You'll see how this will remove any of this surface rust in a moment, and then weld blending. Real nice. They run pretty cool, so you're not warping metal. You don't get it wiped off clean. You go ahead to start building your primers, and it starts bleeding through. Tape measure, tape itself, a square. Now cutting metal, two different choices. You can hand job it with some snips here, or we make this nice electric shear, which I'll use that just to show you how it cuts. It's great. You can do scroll cutting, general radiuses, straight line. But the heart of it is our to get the job done. Our new 6-inch seaming pliers. These things are great. These are equivalent to a small brake. Self-drilling screws here. These are used when you want to do any type of patches in a floor. You go ahead, drill your patch panel, drill some holes around here, form it to what you want, and then run your sheet metal plug welds. Double-ended 3/16 drill bits here. What these are used for is for doing the plug weld holes, and we'll show you that. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you can see, got this up on our fender stand. And if you're just doing a little bit of body work and sanding on a fender, it's fine, you can lay it over. But if you're ever going to do any, like we're going to do, a lot of work, sharp corner on any kind of sheet metal work. Trusty manila folder, can't go wrong with here. We're just going to get quick rough size. We know we need about a 3/4 inch overhang there. We're going to need a 90 on the bottom. So easiest, quickest way to get lines on this is just take your drill bit. You get a real good idea of your rough opening. You can see we're going to come around, come down here, capture this same overhang, but then right here what we do is we just brought it out. Let's go to the area where we're missing metal here. Patch that corner up, and then it comes across, fills, and then under here same thing. We end up with a gap. You have a problem. Now you're either cutting new metal or you're trying to fill it. And what you don't want to do is try bridging that gap with your MIG weld, because of it. You know, the weld deposit's going to be more brittle than the surrounding area. That's where you're going to get your cracks. You'll see the hairline in your primer levels. Alright, so what we'll do to eliminate any of the fitment here is we're going to use doublers. And that's what these strips are for. They're included with the kit. And this can be done for a small, 8.5 inch patch like we're doing here, or the full run of a quarter panel. The process is done the same. What we're going to do is we're going to cut these to length. They're going to fit behind here as a doubler. Now you can see they're about 1 inch wide. So what we're going to do is put 1/2 inch up here. We're going to drill some 3/16 plug weld holes. Now we clamp it, get on a nice flat surface, and just get your 90-degree break going. Now what I'm going to do is, rather than bend just a corner of it up, since this is longer, slowly work it. That way you have a very uniform bend. What we'll do is we'll just keep working that up. Do this bend, fold it over. In a couple minutes here we'll have a patch. Just going to drill a couple holes here. Recreate the spot welds. Just do this with a 3/16 bit. A little trick with sheet metal. You're always going to end up with that burr on there. Rotary deburring tool is the best thing. If you don't have it, just a quick one is drill bit. About 3 sizes up from what you're using. That'll clean it up real nice. Behind here, we're going to plug weld them. So what I want to do is mark, same thing, about 1 inch apart. And when you're drilling these, another trick, if you can, hold your band. Rather than try and drill like this through the edge of metal, you're going to end up pushing and warping. Just give yourself a backer block. Go ahead and cut your backer. Same thing. Don't like sharp corners. This guy is great. Alright, now we just got done with the top ones here. You can see they look almost like factory spark welds, but actually plug welds. So what we want to do is same thing. Take our backer. And the same thing, we're just going to move on up the line until we get them all tacked in. And these are easy to grind there. Flap disc takes them right off. What it does is now it gives you... See, here's a butt weld where you'd want to be right up in there. Now we cut this. We got pretty lucky on the cut. It worked out pretty good. But if you're a little off or you got a fit, you now can weld to your backer, weld your original metal to the backer, and then fill it. Go ahead and blend it, and you got a nice sort of concave weld, which is perfect to begin if you do need a skim coat or if you want to just come over with your fillers, surfacers. But we just line up our patch. It's going to work out real nice down here. You can see that. Those two are going to clamp right in place right there. Come up along this side. So we're just going to go ahead and just tack a corner here. Everything welded in here, spots. Come across here, it's tacked. So what we're going to do is going to just start working. Do 4 or 5 together, then move to another area and come back. That's it. Now what you do, you come, move somewhere else, get a couple more in, and keep moving around the panel. Now you can see with just a couple minutes of grinding, just a few quick hits with a 60 grit flap disc, how quickly it levels that bead right off of there. Then we'll be able to come back, smooth it, blend it real nice into the rest of the panel. Back side here, we'll prime or we can leave it as is, but you can see where we have solid parchment here with the welds through there, and then the patch panel piece into our backer tied into the original piece of steel.